You stepped back on that ice last night wearing that number 14, you sit down next to Steve. What did it feel like for you? I mean, you're around the game every time, but to be back around those guys, what was it like?
Well, it's always good to see them, and you're right. I'm lucky enough to see Steve and Drapes and Mario Lapointe. They work for other NHL teams, and we see each other a couple times a year. But some of the other guys you don't get to see as much. It's been 10, 12, 15 years for some of them, so it's really nice to see them and catch up.
I'm keeping you from lunch right now, and I apologize, but I know when you get in that room, the stories start flowing. Who holds court in there? Who kind of runs the show and is the master of ceremonies, if you will?
Thomas Holmstrom kind of is the sort of a classroom comedian that keeps us all loose, and which is funny because when he first arrived, he couldn't speak English, and I remember Bob Rouse, for whatever reason, Rouse, I think, used to pick him up in the morning, and about halfway through the season, Rouse just said, that Holmstrom kid, he doesn't speak English well, but I think he's funny. I think he's going to be funny once he learns English. So he was right. And Homer still to this day is the guy that keeps everybody loose.
I asked Nick Lindstrom about that. I said he walked out there last night, no letter on his sweater for the first time in however long because he ended with the C, had the A there. And he goes, no, I think we kind of go back into our roles because these guys were older when I was here. He doesn't say much anyways, but right, interesting perspective.
Yeah.
Is it like that when you get back around these guys? I mean, you had the letter on your sweater.
I didn't even know this, quite honestly. It's not something we cared that much about then, and don't care that much about now. We had a room full of leaders, and you didn't have to have a letter on your sweater to feel like one and step up and big.